Hey, what's up? Welcome back to the channel, and today we take a look at man refusing to pay child support, so let's jump into it right after you subscribe.
Alright ladies, if you're a stay-at-home mom and your backup plan in case of divorce is your ex-husband is going to pay alimony and child support, listen up. When I filed for divorce for my ex-husband, he was making over $200,000 a year. I kicked him out in October of 2018. He paid me nothing.
I'm divorced. I thought I'd be happier, except the judge set the child support amount at $326 a month. $326 a month for 2 kids for child support is what he has to pay me. $326 a month because he's not working, because he chooses not to. I was able to cross-examine him, which was fun. And I asked him how many hours a week he spends working or trying to sell houses, because technically he still has a real estate license, so technically he's still a realtor. He said 15 hours a week approximately is how many hours he works per week. Grown man, grown able-bodied man with transportation and no childcare to worry about, says he works 15 hours a week, which I think is kind of a high estimate. I'd put it more at like 0 hours per week. So $326 a month for 2 kids. Fun, right? And this is after I was super gracious and let him keep his parenting time. The guardian ad litem recommended 0 parenting time for dad.
Now, first things first. No woman should marry a lazy guy who does not want to provide for his family, but to see her going on Instagram and complaining about how low the child support amount is, this only shows that she was not willing to stay with him, but now is after his money, and also what would have happened to her. If the custody of the kids was given to the father, she would have been in a complete meltdown like this woman here is.
This is what people don't see about co-parenting with a person that takes away everything from you. He took away my happiness. He took away all the material things. He took away the happiness of my oldest child. And when you come to the police with your papers from the court showing them that the other co-parent is violating that court order, that person harass you, that person makes false accusations to CPS, that person is making your life a living hell.
Now it is very rare that a father would get custody of the kids over the mother, and in this case it has happened, so it would be safe to assume that her life is a train wreck, or there is absolutely no way this court system would give any father the custody over the mother.
There's never no one behind the person suffering this. This man has taken away everything from me. Just because I can't pay for a lawyer, for a modification case, a lawyer asks here in Texas up to $15,000 just a deposit. Never there's anyone to help. Mom or dad, they're passing and trying to co-parent with another co-parent. This is our Bible, but we are the only ones following it. Police is not there to help you. The court is not there to help you. There's never nobody, there's no lawyers there to help you, because as long as the child sleeps at your house, you're well served, you're fine, you won the case. A case that has haunted me for 4 years in a domestic violence abuse relationship with this man.
The way she is accusing her ex-husband of DV, and the courts, the police, the lawyers not helping her, makes it really difficult for me to believe her, cause in today's world men go behind bars. Even for things they have not done, they have to pay child support of kids who are not biologically theirs, and everyone knows the bashing men receive from feminists on a daily basis, so keeping everything in mind, it's really hard to believe her.
And it's still haunting me 4 years after, because I don't stop being a court. This man, for every his way takes me to court. Now he has our child for his summer vacation, and after agreeing on text message to give me the weekend of the 14, 15, and 16, I came to pick up our child. I have to drive 2 hours to come pick up our child. And this man tells the police that he is doing the same thing that I do to him during the whole year. Block him and not let him see his child. I have never blocked this man. And if there's something that I love in my life and I'll give my life for, is my children. I will never stop fighting for my children and their safety and their mental well-being. This is so unfair.
I would again repeat it. If she has such a strong argument against her husband and why she should be in charge of the kid, then why did the court not grant her the custody of her child? Because it is really easy to come on social media and accuse a man that the man was bad, he did not treat her well, and so on and so forth. Because that's what most women do nowadays, and that's what this girl is doing here.
Men always did everything to protect women. Welcome to People Say I Can Disprove in just under a minute. The narrative that men are the natural protectors of women is as old as time, but it's more literary fiction than a historical reality. Take Middle Ages, for instance. We're all familiar with the stories of knights in shining armor rescuing damsels in distress. But as historian Richard Walker once put it, they're as far removed from the reality of Middle Ages as they are from our own. Because they aren't based on the behavior of actual knights, but the ideas of European neo-romantic writers in the late 19th century. Even the women and children first thing was never true either. It got popularized thanks to Titanic, but actually according to a study of sea disasters spanning 3 centuries, it's women who had the lowest survival rates, as men almost always left them behind. So no, men aren't our protectors. If anything, you could make a stronger case, they're our natural predators.
Oh look, it's the false imagery of a guy in 2023. It's funny because check engine lights or get a flat. I've been with my husband for 4 years now and I never had any of those problems. You guys love to put on these types of arguments of things usually men do once a year, tops, as if it's comparable to the workload of taking care of a house, of working outside, like having a full-time job, and also taking care of the house, doing the laundry, doing the dishes, sweeping, dusting, doing all those things. In your head, that's only the woman's responsibility. That's why he can't help, right? No, honey, that's his responsibility too. I'm very lucky that my husband is the type of man that understands his responsibilities in the house. Not only financial, not only the safety, but the environment, taking care of the environment that he lives in.
She is lucky that her husband is willing to help her in the day-to-day chores, but most men would prefer to work outside their homes so they can provide for their family and then come home to relax with the kids and everyone else. And that's how it should be. Men work outside and women work inside the house.
This shit still boggles my mind. If a girl wants a guy who's older, it's a preference. If a guy wants a girl who's younger, it's creepy and immature. If a girl doesn't want to date a short guy, it's a preference. If a guy doesn't want to date a girl that's overweight, he's an asshole who's not focused on the things that matter. If a girl wants a guy who can take charge, it's a preference. If a guy wants a girl who will submit to his lead, he's, you guessed it, misogynistic. If a girl sets a boundary, it's empowering. If a guy sets a boundary, it's controlling. Women have preferences, men have something wrong with them. This isn't a double standard, it's just illogical. So why does anyone accept it?